killer. 50% win rate. I want them to play a safe AD carry. So see, in this situation when you don't see the enemy comp at all or anything, Riven's fine picking because she's like the best blind pick champion there is in the game. So you can go into a team with Riven and be fine. So. If you win a tank support, we automatically win the game. Alright, he wants to make it hard. It's still not hard enough for me to dodge this game yet, so I don't need to dodge yet. Brand is still manageable. Rammus. We have no tank into that team. Ahri doesn't do any fucking damage as a champion. Brand does AP, a lot of AP damage. Actually, the fact that they pick Rammus into Brand, and they picked Rammus without seeing the D80 carry as well. Electrocute here is fine. Looking at their comp, I would typically dodge. If we had, actually, funny enough, if we had a tank support, I would dodge. But since we have Brand, I'll actually stay. Surprising enough. I'll leave it there. We're fine. So the reason I'm staying is because even though while they have all that tankiness engaged, their damage output with Sion and Rammus is really, really low. So all I really have to do this game is to one-shot the Kai'Sa or the Cassiopeia, and the game is automatically won as well. And we have a lot of AoE damage, which makes it easier for me to one-shot later in. You said you won with tanky support? Because I didn't see the rest of their team beforehand. I said that before I saw the rest of their team. But once they picked those tanky champions, Brand is actually really good, especially if we had Ahri, because Ahri is a very low damage support. I mean mid lane. So they have this. The only one I have to watch out for in the enemy team so far, from what I can see, is another Rammus. No, not the Rammus. The Cassiopeia is their strongest player. That guy that's playing Kai'Sa plays her, and he's doing really good with Kai'Sa right now. But still, it's 17 and 3, 20, 12, 24 and 4. Actually, just from looking at match history, looks like Kai'Sa might be my main target this game. So if I want to get their bot lane behind, and if I want to get them more tilted, it's gonna be interesting. He won't resolve second, so for me, they have Rakan, Kai'Sa, we have Brand, Tristana. Never mind, I'm not gonna do the cheese, he might screw them up. Never mind. I'm not gonna do the cheese against them. Do you see Sneaky's cosplay? Yeah. What's up with streamers dressing up as girls? A lot of people seem to like that. Unique QSS 100%. Yep, I agree with you. This game is definitely a QSS game. I need to dominate top lane super hard for me to make this game easy though. What's up with you not dressing up? I don't know, that feels super awkward. Alright, in this game specifically, I need to get a Black Cleaver for sure. And so I need to go like Death Dance, Black Cleaver, GA build into them. This actually, out of all the games I played earlier, this is the game we have the closest time to losing if it goes wrong, you know? Hey, the 25 bucks. Thank you, man.
Just in case you wanted a skin.
Just in case I wanted a skin. I might get Battle Bunny with that. Anyway, let's see what Sion wants to do. Actually, if I got cheese right now, Sion probably took his, like my blue. No, I didn't get cheese. Good shit. He started E. Interesting. Usually Sions start with Kia for the most part. Rammus is going into there, so he's telling me top side in like 45, 50 seconds ish. I'm watching bottom, they're doing a little trade there. So this game is going to be less about me fighting this guy and more about me roaming and pressuring the map. You know how I did in that tank matchup video? It's going to be just like that. It's really hard to get really ahead of Sion or tanks like him. Put in a pick Tristana. Tristana's like the easiest AD carry for lower elo players to play. I'm saving my TP at all times for my team this game, even though I was saying that you need to play early. I mean, greedy if you want to be a tech carry top laner, but if I'm playing Riven and I can't kill the tank, then you have to play for the team no matter what. So your choices get taken away from you. Oh, you can't catch him. No, just let him go. You can't catch him. No point in flashing. He popped his thing. Yeah, he shouldn't have fought. He fucked up because he shouldn't have been in that situation with the Sion there. The Sion was flanking him, so that was a really bad mistake from him. Oh well, I couldn't help him out. I'm gonna take this jungle camp actually, because Rammus is bottom right now. At least the little ones. I'll leave him the big one, because it takes me too long to take. Making sure to ping them that Sion's MIA. There's a possibility of him ganking bottom lane. Need to watch out for that. Whether they listen to my advice or not, it's up to them. But it's always good to give out the information regardless. Because he's not. Potentially kill the Sion here, but it really depends on how much damage this guy does. I don't do that much damage right now. We shouldn't go for this. We can't kill him. Yeah, I couldn't reach him anyway. He's fine. I'm still watching bottom lane, even though I don't have TP this time, because it's such an important. It's the most important role in this specific game right now, and especially on this point in time. I'm roaming middle again. I'm gonna wait for the Rammus to go there. Can't see me from there. Hit a charm. Charm, 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 charm. Hit it, hit it. Perfect. If you guys saw, I went specifically through the sides of the wards where they couldn't see me. How do you deal with flamers? I don't deal with them, I let them flame on their own. I don't really get, unless they did something really dumb, and then I'll just call them out and tell them to go in a Discord with me and talk it out. And eventually either they say no, or they talk to me, and then they're like, oh yeah, my bad man, I'm sorry. I was just mad for whatever reason. Let's get this, and let's start going for. I'm gonna go for Mertred, so I have more survivability against the Rammus if he does try to gank me top lane. As you can see, this guy's building pure armor, so I don't really have any kill potential in this lane matchup at all. I have kill potential later once I have my Black Cleaver, lethality, and like lifesteal, etc. But I don't plan on doing anything against him this match. Most tank players, you don't really do much against them. Some tanks, like if I played Renekton, I could kill this guy. But only Renekton. Renekton is like the tank killer, I feel like, for solo queue, when the players that play the tanks don't know their limitations. So if you play Renekton against lower elo players playing tanks, you'll always dominate. But Riven can't. Riven doesn't have enough damage output to do that. Riven's a lot more, I wouldn't say passive against tanks, it just, she doesn't have the capability to burn through them as like Renekton can. Renekton has a lot more single target damage than Riven does. But Riven has a lot more, well actually Riven outscales that damage later in the game, but not early. Early game Renekton has a lot more damage. Late game Riven has a lot more. Watching bottom lane. TP. Because Sion's TPing and I want to TP as well. We should be okay here. Perfect. Keep the team fight happening. Yep. Shielding in. Flashed out. She shouldn't be able to catch me. And Tristan has 3-0, and I helped out my team there. See why it's good and important to always watch bottom lane. Even if you're not actually watching them through your camera, it's always good to watch them through the minimap at least, just to see what's happening with them. At this point, bot, go top now. Take that tower and farm. Now, my team, my bot lane is supposed to rotate top lane while I push out bottom. And they grab all this extra farm and take out that tower. Why? Because you want to be on the opposite side of the bigger objective. You could argue that Rift Herald is better than the Cloud Drake, but I mean, you could argue that the movement speed is better. But the main reason they instantly moved off top lane is because this tower is the one that's up. So they have two options. They can either go middle or top lane and take a tower. But bot lane, top lane tower is gonna be the easier one to get against Sion. But it's an incorrect call. If your team listens, if your team listens to these type of calls, your win chances go up by a lot more. Like your percentage of being able to win that game goes up by a lot. If they don't listen, you can still carry, but the win percentage goes down by a little bit. If you have map awareness, what's a good way to practice map awareness? Make a note. Make a note to just look at your minimap every 3 seconds. I look at it more than every 3 seconds. I look at it every like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and my eyes are always hovering over the minimap all the time. It's like a back and forth. I don't actually look at the game as much as I do. I think I spend a very good amount of time just looking at the minimap every single game. So like it's you can tell what the opponents are doing with dashes and everything just by looking at the circles. You don't necessarily have to hover over them. I find that looking at them specifically only helps with minion wave management, but by abilities and everything you can tell. So if you see this little, if you see that little like his character in the minimap do a little dash up like that, or just move a little faster than usual, that means that he uses his dash initiation to get a stun in, etc. You don't need to be looking at them all the time. The only reason you need to look at them is for wave management purposes. So she just used ultimate, I can tell. She used the ultimate on the Brand already. Because she stood in place with the Brand and they both didn't move for half a second on the minimap. So I can tell when the Cassiopeia uses her ultimate on like the Brand. Unless like they're literally doing nothing. You being diamond, do you notice any difference between silver players, platinum, or diamond players? Yeah, all the time. Right now, for example, they don't know how much damage they can do or take. These players in this elo don't have any idea how much damage they can do or take, and their movements are very scripted in a way that I can tell what they're gonna do like 5 seconds in advance. I can direct them with my own movements a lot easier. Like if I go move down the lane, I can make them move up, and my jungler will have an easier time ganking. I can do all that stuff much easier if I play against players in this elo. So in this situation right now, I just want to keep pushing bottom until like my team gets that objective up there. Oh, hold up, hello. I just want to keep putting pressure down here, and they keep chasing me while my team gets mid lane, they get top lane, they get all this extra control, and I just get to sit down there with my just pushing constantly. I actually I need to use TP here if they get engaged on, but they probably won't. Depends. Just to make this easier. No, never mind. I'll keep my TP for now. No point in me using it right now unless something happens with my team. My team wants to go bottom lane. Okay, I'll go middle and push them while they push bottom. You need to be, if you're the TP user, you always need to be on the opposite side of the map regardless of what's happening, because you control, or you're able to impact your what your team is doing a lot easier that way. You don't want to be with them and not being able to use TP because you're just already with them. You could be getting other resources around the map, and if they really need you, you TP after, you know? That's the thing that makes teleport such a powerful spell, and that's why everyone takes it now instead of like back then when they used to take ignite and everything. TP is so much more of a useful spell if you know how to use it properly. In him, it's gonna be easy as shit to keep doing the same like the rest of the things because we can put out a lot more pressure that way. Because now we can just group at Baron and we can even get it without them doing anything. Mostly what should happen now is that their Sion stays here farming bottom and pushing out while we go Baron, and then he TPs to Baron and tries to like save the game that way. But if look at this, if we played this correctly and we just catch someone at Baron, we win. Go to Baron and catch. Then do Baron after one catch. Electrocute against it. I go electrocute a lot in lower elo because it makes my picks a lot easier to finish. Like I just do auto W, like E, just jump to it with third Q, auto W, and they die. I don't need to do anything else. It's really good. Alright, so let's get control of this, the Baron. While my team starts getting control here of all the ward to see how the Sion's down there, he has to be because he's the one that has TP. My team gets full vision control of the top side here, and as soon as one of them tries to go for a ward or anything, because they will, absolutely, it's absolutely gonna happen, or they just give the game to us. The first person or the first individual that tries to do anything automatically dies, and we get out of it, and we get everything out of it. I'm fighting this guy here because there's no point in me going over there. Let me just kill this guy real quick. See, so now what we do. Alright, now we just get Baron. Come on. Help me do Baron. Baron is better than just pushing towers right now. Baron, come. Because you can push towers after once you already have Baron. Well, you missed another Dustblade. because I don't plan. I'm not really going into brushes and one-shotting people right now. You know, I'm just running around the map for the most part. Alright, let's go back. Okay, go for mid. I top. Let's get a QSS. Get a QSS and just go top lane. Getting the dragon is a little. I mean, we could get it, but we just waste time. We just waste time doing cloud. Just go for mid and I'll top. What if team never listens to the Baron call even after an ace? They should. And if they don't, then you just keep pushing something else. Like I said, if your team listens to you, oh, the better. If you know how to do the correct calls. If they don't, you can still win. It's just going to be, again, percentages go a little lower every time they don't listen to the correct calls. But for most players that are watching me right now, a lot of them don't know. I mean, if you copy the things I do and know what like macro-wise what to do, then you should be fine. But if you don't know what to do and you're trying to make calls, then it just lowers your team's win rate even more. You gotta know the calls you're making. You can't hesitate. See, so now bottom is pushing in. Mid lane is we got my team pushing mid lane. I push this up here. The second this guy leaves this guy alone, I kill him. And my team just keeps hitting objectives middle for free. Actually, I can kill him. I can kill him. Damn it, fuck. I was so close. I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I felt like I could have killed the Kai'Sa there, though. There we go. Okay. It worked out in the end somehow. Alright, let me go help him out here. There we got the tower. We can just end the game right now. We don't even need to push the other towers. We have enough damage. Just go. And that's game. Let's go for the next one. Check gifts. Ooh, I got gifts? No way. What ribbon skin do I get?